Hello, my name is Tim Lahili, and in this video we're going to be discussing exports and reports within the Quincy Review platform. Since exports and reports are case-specific, we must be in a case before we can use them. So let's go ahead and enter our case. As we wait for the data to load, let me show you where we get to exports and reports. They're down here on the bottom, this one obviously being exports and this one being reports. We're going to start out with exports. This is going to load the export tool. You can see there are 3 tabs to the tool: General, Status, and Download. General is where we go to actually perform the export. Status is where we go to see the status of an export, and Download is where we come to download a report or an export. So let's actually make a report. We'll go call this video demo Tim. I just got to come up with a unique name because I don't want to get confused with whatever else we've got already. We're going to make the simplest of kind. We're going to make a native export. Let's go ahead and choose native files, image files, and text files. Let's go ahead and choose the label. We only have one label. And we're going to go ahead and export the original file name. Now, let me show a couple of the other options. This is the export we'll perform, but let me show some of the other options so you know what's available. You could just as well have made a load file. If you make a load file, you'll see another tab pop up called Load File. In the Load File tab, it will allow you to specify what type of load file you want to make. You see we support a whole large number of load files, but mostly nowadays you're talking about a summation or a relativity type load file, concordance. Any one of those is pretty common. Let's go ahead and click on summation for right now. Again, I'm not going to run this, but I just want to show you the process. You can specify, if you're using delimiters, you could specify what the delimiters are. The key thing to understand, however, is the mapping of columns. If you're familiar with load files, you know you need to map columns. You can go ahead and pick any one of the various column groupings we have. Let's just go ahead and choose general for now. And that will go ahead and load all the columns in the general grouping. And you can go ahead and map them. You can see there are quite a lot of them. If you don't want this one, you can go ahead and delete it and just use what's remaining. That's how you will end up with a load file. If you just go ahead and complete this process, come back and execute, it will generate you a load file. An 81 is the simplest of all exports, and it just generates you a single file, an 81 file that contains whatever contents you wanted. But let's go ahead and stick with our native export. We've gotten everything set up we wanted. We're going to go ahead and click Go to run our export. And it says our export is beginning and export started. Let's go click on status and let's go see our progress. We click and it will show you in progress. You can monitor the progress of the export by clicking on that down arrow and going and hovering on this. This is the active message of the system. And to be honest, it's already basically blown through everything. It's a simple export, so there's not much to watch. So I imagine if we refresh again, it will be completed. Oh, no, a little bit longer. Give it a second here, and let's go ahead and refresh one more time. Okay, that did it. It's completed. You can see it's the bottom one here. Sometimes the order of the tasks get jumbled up, so you can tell it by ID. It's the highest ID. Now let's go to the download section. And I've forgotten what we called this, so let's come back here and say it's the video demo Tim. And we don't see it here, so we go ahead and click refresh. And it popped up, video demo Tim. And we can just click on that at this point and go ahead and download it. And that will bring it to our desktop, and then we can open it up and see what's in it. So I will fast forward through the download process and we can do that. Okay, the download process finished. Let's go ahead and show in folder. It's right here. Let's create a new folder. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one and create a new one. And just leave it like that. And then we want to pull in our new download, which is, I'm losing my mind here, excuse me for a second, which is right here. There we go. And now let's unzip it. And I'm going to fast forward through the unzip process as well. All right, it unzipped, and let's explore what we've got. This is the video temp demo folder we wanted. Got a 1 here, and you have to go pretty deep into these folders. I don't know why we have so much foldering. I apologize for that, but we do. Nonetheless, our content is here. We exported both images, natives, and text. And if our file has those things, they will be here. Let's see. Does it have an image? It does. That's great. Does it have a native? Also, it does. Let's see if it's got a text. It's got extracted text. Awesome. So all that worked. And if we want a summary report of what we did, it will be here in these Excel spreadsheets, and you can see what you exported. So anyway, that's export. That's how it works. Pretty straightforward and hopefully reasonably clear. Let's hop in and do a report, because those are equally as powerful. Let's go ahead and open up report. Well, first let me close this. Let's open up report. And we're going to do an FTK report, and we're just going to go ahead and give it a name. We'll do it a video demo report. And I'm going to do Tim again. I just can't keep track of the names that we've already done, so I'm just giving it crazy names. So at least it's unique. We're going to do a label-based report because we only have a label. I don't have any bookmarks, but if we had bookmarks, we could do it. Let's go ahead and click Apply. Mind you, it's important to note that every time you open this, you have to click Apply. If you click Cancel, it will erase your settings. So always make sure you select the labels you want and click Apply. We'll do a PDF. We're going to export the files, but we don't have any text selections, which are really for bookmark reports anyway. And let's go ahead and make some selections here. And let's go ahead and we'll give this a demo. Quincy, Tim, date, May. You can type anything. This is a text field. You don't have to be bothered to actually type a date. We want our summary information. We want case detail. We want file overview and evidence list. This system allows us to add optional data to the case information. If we wanted to type something like the location it was from or whatever, we can go ahead and add those optional fields. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I don't really want any of that. Almost never have occasion to do that. But if you do, it's available for you. And then go ahead and click Run Report. And it's going to run much the way the export reported ran. It's going to take a little bit and then ultimately be done. So let's go ahead and close this. We can see the status of any of our jobs here in Job Status. So let's go ahead and open Job Status. Let's select on our case. Click here. And it will show us all active jobs. In this case, this job is already completed. You can see Convert to XML Report. That's a report job. And that's already finished. So let's go ahead and go straight back to Export. And we're going to go to our demo section again. And now, once again, we're going to refresh. And boom, our report popped up. So let's click here and go through those same steps and download. Again, I'll fast forward through this part. All right, it's done. We're going to go ahead and open it, or show in folder, excuse me. Let's just drag this into the same folder we used before, which I think is at the very bottom. There it is. And then let's go ahead and expand this one. I'm going to fast forward through this process as well. All right, our report finished. Let's open it up. And boom, there it is. We asked for a PDF. We got a PDF. If we want to take a look at it, we can just double click it there. assuming you have Adobe, and this is our PDF, and here's our title page, and blah, blah, blah. So all beautiful, and let's go make sure we also exported files. Let's go make sure they're in here, and that's our file. So that all worked. So perfect. Anyway, those are the two main functions that I had for you today in terms of report and export. I think that's more than enough to get a good amount of information out on any job you've got going, and hopefully that's helpful. There are a lot of ins and outs and nooks and crannies in those features. So if you have any questions, as always, feel free to post. Thank you very much.